Welcome to the Freedom Culture. All right, this is a Vietnamese version, a Vietnamese episode. As I'm here in Vietnam, you know, enjoying everything about it. You know, I'm here for my brother Matt wedding, which is beautiful. Everything is beautiful. I'm really glad I took the time out to step outside of the box. How you doing? Step outside of the box and, see what I'm gonna do with my life. And right now, as you know, I made this channel back in 2020, and I was talking about the new careers of the fourth industrial revolution. This is probably the best times that we're in as far as getting paid in unique ways with different jobs opportunities and many offering location freedom. You're on the freedom culture. Remember that. Okay, so the internet. We are in the fourth industrial revolution. It's a new era that builds and extends the impact of digitalization in new and unique ways. The first industrial revolution began in Britain. And we're in 2023, and as you can see, everything that I said back in that video is becoming true now. Jerome Powell even said that the economy is going to be leveraged towards technology.
We're not going back to the same economy. This will be a different economy. And one of the things we hear from companies is that they've spent a lot of time since the pandemic arrived looking at ways to have more effective technology and perhaps fewer people. There will be millions of people who have a hard time finding their way back into the workforce and recovering the lives that they had just a year ago. The burden is still falling on lower income workers. The unemployment rate in the bottom quartile is still 20%. There's still 8.5 million people out of work. And this unevenness that we're talking about is a very serious issue.
And in that video, I was expressing how the different technology jobs that you can actually get. This sun is scorching hot. I love it. Getting all my vitamin D. So yeah, I was mentioning how, and I went in detail of all those different careers that a lot of people should check into, that you can, you might like, and it's going to be in demand in the future. And I come from a background of digital marketing. That's actually how I met my boy Matt. He was teaching, digital marketing and other jobs in the technical field. And I met him at a mastermind in the Philippines. And I'm really glad I took that trip. That trip to the Philippines actually changed my life, and that's why I really feel like it should be a requirement once you're able to travel outside of the country and broaden your horizons. There's a community here filled with expats that's into digital marketing and into a lot of these jobs that's going to be in demand in the future. And so what I'm looking forward to do, as soon as I'm done with my little break, of course, I'm looking forward to making more content about those careers. And just to share my story of what I'm going to do is I'm moving out of America. I hate to say it so dramatically like that. Yeah, America is fine or whatever, but it's just not beneficial to me right now. I'm gonna move out to the Philippines and start being able to focus more on my business. Cost of living is a lot less. You could get jobs as simple as teaching English. Sweating. Get jobs as simple as teaching English, and you could survive off of like $2,000 a month.
And now we're in Metro Manila, and this one is full of apartments and has a resort-like feel to it. So, what kind of people live here?
So you'd think middle class to upper middle class, because if you look at the rent, so it's like usually the range is 18 to 25,000 for rent.
You get a lot more for less out there, and I feel that'll be good for me because I could start having to stress about the take another walk. It's getting hot. I don't have to stress about the trying to make it. I don't have to stress too much about trying to survive at the same time trying to start your own business. Yeah, that's just sharing my story. And like I said, it's not like a permanent thing. You could move out to wherever, anywhere in South Asia. It's gonna be a lot. You're gonna get the currency rates is different. The people are nice. The culture is great. In Philippines, they speak a little more English, so that's why I'm choosing Philippines. And yeah, hopefully everything works out. But as far as cryptocurrency is concerned, cryptocurrency is global. They're focused on that out here as well.
Is ASEAN. The Association of Southeast Asian Nations, ASEAN for short, is an association that today consists of 10 Southeast Asian states. In 1967, Thailand, Indonesia, Malaysia, the Philippines, and Singapore founded ASEAN. The aim was to improve economic, political, and social cooperation.
In all markets, even traditional markets, during down cycles, you have opportunity. And we're seeing the same thing here in Asia. We're seeing it broadly globally as well. And that's both from a retail investment perspective and institutional.
Why do you think Southeast Asia is an ideal hotspot for Web3 to really make a move there?
I think generally ASEAN in general is a very young and entrepreneurial space. If you kind of look at most of the countries in the region, entrepreneurship is something that's taken root over time. They're very tech savvy as well. And you've seen kind of rapid adoption across the landscape, both in traditional fintech as well as kind of into DeFi, metaverse, NFTs, gaming, etc.
Yeah, I mean, I really don't have too much to say about cryptocurrency right now. Just at the end of the day, these are digital assets that's going to be valuable in the future. Just buy, hold. If don't invest too much that you can't afford. This might be a better background. Don't invest too much that you can't afford, and hold on to those things. Right now, we're approaching the most biggest economic shift, the most biggest change. The Fed rate just raised up even more.
And it is here right now. Steve. The Federal Reserve raising by 1/4 point, by 25 basis points to a new range of 4.75 to 5%. It is the 9th hike in a row since the Fed began hiking in May 2022.
The Federal Reserve has been spiking interest rates higher in order to fight inflation. The strategy is to increase interest rates, and this will slow down the economy, and that will kill demand, will slow down demand, and that will bring down inflation. However, with the higher interest rate environment, the expectation is that unemployment will rise. And we did see an uptick in the unemployment rates in February. So the Federal Reserve reiterates that there will be a softening in the labor markets. Unemployment is expected to enter the 4% range this year. It is not expected to breach the 5% mark. But if we get into that expected range, that means that 2 million Americans will lose their jobs this year.
As we know, when the dollar goes up, the equity markets hurt. And right now, a lot of people are not sure where to place their money. And they're starting to see they're starting slowly, more and more, becoming more able to see the value of cryptocurrency. I mean, you can't trust the banks, you can't trust the equity markets, you can't trust the stock market, you can't trust real estate. So a lot of people are like, yo, where do we put our money? And Bitcoin is looking like the shiny object. The game's the game. Just can't really try to, flex it in any way you put it around, like any way you try to flex it, it is what it is. This is the future of currency. So don't trip, buy the dip. You know what I'm saying? And this is not financial advice always, and don't invest anything that you can't afford. Don't trip, buy the dip, and do your research, all right? Do your research, know what you're getting into. Don't trip, buy the dip. And don't stress. Like I said, don't trip. Life is too short, you feel me? Make sure you enjoy yourself and also broaden your horizons. There's, other places that might work out better for your situation. In my situation, my case, personally, South Asia works out better for me. But before that, I'm gonna say peace, nothing but love. Hope you have a great day. I'm about to jump in the pool. One.
So I never feel pressure. No, it's all a good time.